Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to take a totally different pace for this workout today, and we're going to bring the intensity down. We're going to take you through kind of a body fusion style class, so yoga for those folks who don't attend our body fusion. Just do your best to follow along. Megan and Fair will show modifications that they know how to do. And we'll be basically taking you through sun salutations with some little additions here and there. All right, so find yourself at the top of your mat. Bring your feet to about hip distance apart. Looking down at your toes, and seeing if you can spread out between all of the digits of your toes. Finding your heel mount, your big toe mount, and your pinky toe mount. Just gently rocking back and forth between your toes and your heels until you find a balance point between the toes and the heels. From here, rounding down through the inside and outside edges of your feet, and then drawing that energy up through the thighs, tilting the pelvis slightly under and forward. Belly button pulls in gently. Lining up your shoulders over top of your hips, drawing the shoulder blades down the back and broadening through the collarbones. Turning your palms open towards the front, and then tucking your chin ever so slightly as the crown of the head elongates towards the ceiling. Bring your gaze point, or drishti, to a soft spot on the floor in front of you, letting your eyes become slightly hazy. Found mountain pose. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, curling your lips up into a small smile. On your next inhale, circle the arms up above the head, hands touch. Drawing the thumbs to heart center. Inhale, circling around. Palms come to touch. And then exhale to heart center. Repeating one more time. Inhale, circle around. And exhale to heart center. Inhale a final time. Here with the hands over the head, swan dive yourself forward. Releasing your neck and shoulders, letting your head perhaps shake side to side. Bending the knees as much as you need to in order to be comfortable here. Now that the abdomen is compressed when you inhale, see if you can bring the air into your back. On your next inhale, rising halfway up, placing your hands on the shins flat back. Alternatively, if your hamstrings will allow it, you can keep your fingertips on the floor. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head. And exhale to forward fold once more, bending the knees as much as you need to place your hands on the floor. Stepping back with your right foot. And then meeting it with your left. Spreading out through all the digits of your fingers and lining your shoulders up over top of the wrist crease. If this is too strenuous, please feel free to drop to the knees. Pressing away through the heels, lifting up at the back of the knees, tightening through the bottom, and keeping the head in line with the spine. Working through one more series of breath, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the nose as you keep the elbows close to your chest and slowly lower yourself down to the floor on knees or toes. Coming to rest the chest down on the floor, release the feet, pressing the tops of the feet down into the floor, lifting the kneecaps up, squeezing through the quadriceps, and then lifting the upper back gently off the floor. Staying in this position, or if you choose to, lifting your fingers and floating them beside the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen the crown of the head away. Exhale to press the hands down into the floor, pushing back through the knees, curling the toes under and lifting the hips as high as you can into our first downward dog. Go ahead and walk the heels up and down if you need to open through your calves. And then take your eyes and look towards your fingers as you spread out your fingers as much as you can. Pressing down through the index finger and the thumb, as well as the webbing between the two. Coming to stillness, bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhale. On the exhale, bend the knees, eyes look forward, right leg steps towards the right wrist, and then the left foot matches. Lift the hips forward, fold. Inhale. And on the exhale, rising halfway up one more time, hands on the shins or the floor, flat back, and shoulders pull back away from the ears as the spine extends. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Releasing the head and neck. Inhale to sweep the arms out to the side, rising up completely. Palms touch over the head, down to heart center. Pausing for a breath. Finding your mountain in this position, strong through the legs. Inhale, circle the arms up over top of the head, palms come to touch. Exhale, swan dive yourself forward. Rising halfway up, hands on the shins or the floor, flat back, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to fold, bending the knees as much as you need to. Place the hands on the mat and spread out through the fingers. Stepping back with the left foot, coming into high plank. Now again, if it's too strenuous, please feel free to drop to the knees, holding plank on the knees. Head in line with the spine, pushing away through the heels. Backs of the knees are strong and pressing up to the ceiling. Bottom is squeezed tight. Inhale, and then on your exhale, either drop to the knees, staying on the toes, and slowly lower through chaturanga. Letting your chest and belly drop onto the mat. Unhook your toes, flattening the tops of the feet. Lifting up through the backs of the knees, tightening the quads. Floating the hands if you choose to. Option here to squeeze the thighs together, lift the legs. And then one more option, taking the hands back alongside the body. Palms lift up towards the ceiling. Extend through the crown of the head. Inhale here. Exhale, heel to return to the main Cobra position. Inhale. Exhale to push back through the knees. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Spreading out through all of the fingers. Taking the index finger towards the front edge of the mat, pressing through the webbing between your index finger and your thumb. Choosing whatever version works best for your body. You need to have your knees bent, bend your knees. You need to walk your dog, walk your dog. Inhale here, and then on your exhale, bend your knees, eyes look towards your hands, step your left foot through, and then meet it with your right. Hips extend, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way out to the side and back over top of the head. Hands come to heart center. Repeating the series one more time, throwing in a couple of additions. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up, flat back. And exhale to fold once more. Bending your knees into your hands, come to the mat. Now choosing one leg or the other, or taking both feet and taking a small hop back. Into your high plank again. Make sure your wrist creases below your shoulder and you're spread out through all fingers. Crown of the head is long, pushing through the heels. Inhale here, exhale through chaturanga. Now going into your cobra if you choose to, or rolling over your feet into upward facing dog. So in up dog, your thighs are up off the mat, you're balanced on the tops of your feet, your chest is open. Take any previous version of cobra that we have done so far. Inhale, exhale, either pushing back or rolling over into downward facing dog. Spreading out through all the digits of your fingers, anchoring down through your index finger and the thumb. Inhale, and on your exhale, step the left foot to the center of the mat while you reach the right leg away from you, back behind, pushing out through the heel. Getting an intense stretch through that left calf. Inhale here, and then exhale to draw your right knee to your right wrist, landing in pigeon. Sliding your back leg out behind you and staying tall for the moment. While you're here, you need to reduce the intensity of the stretch, drawing the heel in towards the groin. You need to make it feel a little bit harder, starting to move the foot towards the short edge of the mat. Unhooking your back toe, and then if you choose to, staying here or dropping down onto the elbows, and then perhaps eventually onto the hands. If your head doesn't quite reach the floor, consider stacking your fists and resting your forehead onto your fists. Taking a moment to deepen your breath. Noticing the areas of tightness that you feel. See if you can imagine bringing your inhalation all the way to that tight area. And then as you exhale, releasing any tightness and toxins back out through the nose. Attempting to keep your hips square to the front of the mat. With each inhale, thinking about elongating, and with each exhale, think about releasing. On your next inhale, elongates, and then on the exhale, slowly work your way out of your resting pigeon, coming back into tall pigeon. Spreading out through all the digits of your fingers, pressing firmly through the index finger. Take some weight into the back toe. Lifting that back leg straight, rise up, meet the right leg with the left, back into downward dog. From here, pressing through the toes, bringing the weight over the shoulders into high plank. Squeezing through the bottom, pressing away through the heels and lifting the kneecaps. Inhale here, and exhale, elbows along the rib cage, through knees or toes, down to chaturanga, hovering if that's available to you. Taking cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Pausing here for a breath, checking your hands and fingers. Belly pulls in towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale to place the right foot to the center of the mat. And then reach your left heel away, pressing down through your right heel. Inhale to extend the leg. Exhale to draw the knee into the left wrist, crossing the left shin across the mat. Reaching the leg out behind you, flattening out the back toe. Staying in tall pigeon. Or as you breathe, working down towards your elbows, and then perhaps dropping your head down. Staying in whatever position is most comfortable for you, and recognizing that side to side might feel very different, and that is completely normal. Deepening the breath once again. Opening through the hip, glutes, groin. Inhale deeply. And then your next exhale, really work your way out of pigeon the same way you went in. Spreading out through all of your digits. Reaching out and finding your back toes, putting some weight into the toes, straightening the legs, making some space for the front leg to step back and pedal your feet out in downward dog. Finishing with one last set of chaturanga and up dog. So placing some weight into your toes, pushing forward into your high plank. Stacking your shoulders over top of your wrists, your head in line with your spine, pressing away through the heels, squeezing through the glutes. You're almost done. Inhale here, through knees or toes, lowering down through chaturanga. Again, cobra or upward facing dog. Any version of cobra that you like. Feet raised, feet on the floor, arms ahead. Inhale here. Exhale, pushing back or rolling over the toes. Downward dog. Pausing for a breath. On your next exhale, bending the knees, eyes look forward, and then either walking or little hop to the top of the mat, lifting the hips into forward fold. Releasing your head, neck. Inhale, rise halfway up, flat back, belly pulled in, collarbones are broad. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side. Rising up, hands come to touch, and down to heart center. Finding your mountain here for 3 deep breaths. Namaste.